Yo guys, Theo here. So in a couple of hours I'll be having my last meal at around 5 p.m. before my 72-hour Easter fast. And again, it's 1 week before Easter, but I didn't know what else to call it. So yes, so I've been eating low carb throughout the week to prepare for the fast, get faster into ketosis. I kind of forgot about it this Monday and had some rice, but on the other days the only major carb source has been a glass of orange juice, so pretty low carb. You're not going to have to watch me eat this time, but I'll show you what I'm having for my last meal here. I had 2 meals earlier, low carb again, just some meat and mozzarella cheese. Yeah, basically. And yeah, so let's talk about the reason I'm doing this fast. Well, fasting is something I do. I will always do it, not always for a very, very specific reason. But I have been on a strength block since October or so. Put on some weight, like by choice, like hopefully a little bit of muscle I still can gain, but like I chose to put on a bit of extra fat because it does make you stronger for some reason. We're not entirely sure in the research, but just having more body mass, you know, as long as it doesn't inhibit movement in some way, it does make you stronger. And I've been enjoying it. It feels very good, especially to squat, I think, when you're a little heavier. But overall, you know, I don't want to be super ripped. I have been more ripped than like I would want to be always, but I want to be in between. This is like my most ripped than what I am right now. So I weigh 84 kilos, probably want to go down to 80 kilos. So as always, let's kickstart the cut with a 72-hour fast. I'm not sure if I'll be doing more prolonged fasting to cut. I might, just to be able to train more often, I might do some kind of intermittent fasting routine, eating like a couple of meals per day or so. But I haven't decided, you know, probably gonna do it pretty intuitively. But another reason for this fast is just that, as I have alluded to in some videos, I've had like a tougher period in my personal life, some difficult stuff had to deal with, and I just think fasting is very good for mental health. It just brings you out of your head, you know, out of your thoughts. Just think of it this way, you know, like abstract problems are very hard to care about when you haven't eaten for a few days, you know. Yeah, you know, I think, yeah, a lot of people today, like, surviving is the only thing that they do. It's not difficult, and they sit and they get depressed of all these things, like, but surviving is not a struggle. It's not something they have to even worry about, so they have all these other things to worry about. So that's another reason to do it. I will be going to Gotland, Swedish island, not the same one I did my dry fast on. That's a smaller island where we have a house. This is the biggest island in Sweden, where my dad and some other guys own some apartments. So it will be nice. There will be a sauna there. I was thinking, before I decided to go there, join my family there, I was thinking of doing a dry fast, but instead I'll do a snake juice fast where I just use the sauna a whole lot, like at least twice a day. You know, there won't be that much going on, so yeah, I'll just fast and sweat and stuff. But yeah, that's it. So let's cut to the food. Okay, so for my final meal here, I will be having 3 eggs, some ground beef, about 400 grams or so, like 125 grams of salmon, I think. Not the best salmon, unfortunately, but there's bound to be some nice fatty acids in there still. And some raw beef liver. This is actually how I've chosen to consume beef liver nowadays. It's very nutritious, but very disgusting if you're not, you know, do some good cooking, which I don't have the patience for to do that often. So I actually eat it raw. I cut it into pieces big enough to just swallow down with something else. So I take beef liver as a supplement, basically. And speaking of supplements, I will just have this. It says vitamin D3 here, but I have a magnesium supplement in there too. Just so all of this is, the thought is to just load up on micronutrients before the fast. I won't go through everything of it, but eggs have many good micronutrients, like, or what is it even called in English? Selenium, biotin, yeah, I don't know the names of it. You can obviously, choline, I think. You can obviously look what's in an egg, but very good stuff. Some magnesium and some nice fatty acids in the salmon, Red meat, obviously loaded with B vitamins, zinc, iron, magnesium, all the stuff, B flavor, even more stuff. So yes, I will get back to you when I've consumed all of this. So while I wait for time to pass before I have that last meal I showed you there, I can talk a little bit about training before fasting, I guess. Because if there's one thing fasting is not good for, it's repairing damaged muscle tissue from heavy lifting. Something I learned the hard way. Every time, or like the worst I felt on fast was when I trained too hard before, and the body's just kind of screaming that it wants protein to repair it. So what I've been doing now, because I've been training very, very hard for 6 months, I guess, not much rest, sometimes train every day. So what I did this week is I did deload workouts. If you don't know, it's basically just workouts when you don't train that hard. And like, I can tell you how I do it. I can show you my workout from today here. Push workout, chest, shoulders, triceps. Basically, instead I did 3 compound exercises I would normally do 3 heavy sets on, but I just did 1 heavy set, and then just some isolated blood work, things like, you know, lateral raises with light weights like this for shoulders, cable flies for the chest, some triceps push downs, high rep, not to failure, low weight, just to get some blood flowing. So don't overthink something like a deload. This is my way of doing it because I like training hard and heavy. Instead of doing more sets on a lower intensity, I just like to have 1 heavy set, you know, and not extreme, like just like as many reps or maybe 1 rep short of how many I could do, but no like drop sets and stuff, which I might do sometimes, like real workouts. You could do it, do more sets and just keep the intensity down even more. This is just how I like doing it. But so that, you know, I know there's a lot of people from snake diet community and just people more into weight loss and stuff that watch me and just realize that when I talk about how I fast and stuff, it's for basically for an athlete, you know, someone who trains 6 times per week, are on their feet, walking or standing almost the whole day, you know. So it's just something I have to take into consideration. Don't train too hard into a fast. Okay, well, I'll say something after I've had my last meal, and then that's it for this video. Okay guys, all that food is now resting safely in my gut, and the fast has started. So tomorrow I'll spend the first half of the day just traveling. I'm gonna have to take a bus, then a ferry for some hours, and then it's like an hour car ride to our place there on Gotland. But I talked to my dad, made sure he's gonna have the sauna up and running when I arrive, so I'll do that. And the house is right by the ocean, so probably, even though it's still very cold in the water, since we have the sauna especially, I will probably, you know, do the sauna and jumping in the water a lot. And I'm gonna show you, of course. So if you like the video and wanna follow along on this fasting adventure, please subscribe, please like the video, yeah, and yes, tell me in the comments if you have something, you know, you're thinking about, something I should try or whatever. I know I'm gonna come back to that in the next video probably, but okay, thank you for this time, guys.